Rick. Probably. I just canvas.
On the snowy hills where the pine trees stand tall, to a busy town where the Coquis call. He left his northern home for a noble cause. Now the Gringo baker's in a tropical place. In a modern new kitchen he's mixing dough while doves sing melody, cinnamon rolls and coconut pies, sweet treats under tropical blue skies. Oh, the Gringo baker has found his sweet spot, trading snowflakes for rain and enjoying it a lot. With flour on his hands and sugar in his hair, he'll make you wish that you were there. He's got a YouTube channel by his same name, and he's sure having fun with this baking game. With the sound of the breeze and a heartfelt laugh, subscribers tune in from all the world around to see the Gringo baker in his new hometown. Well, I'll buy puree and banana bread. He bakes with flavors that go straight to your head. He's a charming soul with a passion true, bringing northern charm to a southern brew. Oh, the Gringo baker has found his sweet spot, trading snowflakes for rain and enjoying it a lot. With flour on his hands and sugar in his hair, he'll make you wish that you were there. Oh, the Gringo baker has found his sweet spot, trading snowflakes for rain and enjoying it a lot. With flour on his hands and sugar in his hair, he'll make you wish that you were there.
Okay. Tonight was supposed to be the perfect show, but I don't think it's going to be because I've had nothing but computer problems all weekend, but we'll deal with them. One of the problems with that computer problems all weekend is that we seem to have the old 20-second delay back. You're just now seeing me say something. Now, I've been talking for about 20 minutes. No, 20 seconds. Tonight, we're going to make a birthday cake for someone special. And first, let me see if I can get the chat working here because I want to be able to see what everybody is saying. Let's see. Okay, well, for some reason, I can't get that to scroll. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, thanks. Good to see you guys. We're going to make a birthday cake tonight. And this cake is not for me. I don't know if you believe that, but this cake is not for me. But I'm going to cheat and use a mix tonight. However, I'm going to add an extra egg to it. I'm going to add milk instead of water. And I'm going to use half butter and half oil. And I better start the oven. Okay, I'm back. How is everyone tonight? Actually, the problem started a week ago. There's a leak in one of the pipes in the bathroom, and it flooded this place while I was in Florida. But we got that resolved. And, well, actually, we don't have it resolved. We've got it postponed until tomorrow. But we're going to deal with it and get it fixed. But that means tonight we have no running water, which we can deal with. Now we've got an extra egg. The recipe calls, the box calls for 3 eggs. We got 4. And usually I scramble them up a bit, but I'm not gonna right now. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but we'll see. I am fine. Is that the channel you're normally on, Anissa? I've got an earphone in my ear, so I can actually tell that I have audio, which is pretty cool. Thanks, honey. So it's weird to have what I say come back to me 20 seconds later. You know what? I don't have everything in here right now. I don't have the butter and oil. Should have thought of that a little sooner, but actually I did think of it a little sooner. But right up until the start of this show, I've been working on stuff trying to make it work. The description for this, I'm reading it right now, the description for this live stream is one from a long time ago. So anyway, right up until the last second before this thing started, I'm not surprised that you can't hear me over the beaters because that mixer is pretty darn loud. But unfortunately, I can't block it out. If I were editing this, if this were a video and I were editing it, I would isolate the voice from the audio, and then I would turn the audio background noise down. So what I'll have to do is when I run it again, I'll just shut my mouth. Yeah, yesterday I was going to work out here and work on getting everything all set up. And I ended up working on the computer all day to try to get it to work. I had this big white spot in the middle of the video. And it took 7 or 8 hours to figure out how to get rid of that with the help of OBS. Nope, with the help of ChatGPT. I finally got it sorted out. And today, I had no working mic. And that was a problem too. I'd correct myself, that's the delay. Do I need to scroll it or is it? No. Okay. Because of all of that, this show doesn't have as much in it as the normal one does. And tonight we're going to have our small channel feature is a replay of one we did recently. I got a brand new controller, which has 5 more keys than the last one did, and it was working perfectly, all set up and everything. And then when the computer wouldn't work yesterday, I had to delete the setup and start over again. So only about half of those buttons are working tonight. Well, the butter is getting melted, finally. I don't see much action going on in the chat tonight, guys. Let's see, anybody new? Nope, not yet. I've got my butter and the oil in the cup in the hot water on the stove, and it's almost melted, but I don't have a microwave over here, so I can't do it the fast way, and I didn't get the opportunity to start that burner going before I started doing this. And my wireless mic died, so tonight I have a wired mic, mouse, and I shouldn't even need a mouse for that control panel, but I do have one now. And I'm looking up here because I can't really read what's going on here. I'm going to show you a tip. When you go to bake a cake, you don't want it sticking in your pan. So what we do is we take Crisco and we coat every surface of our pan. Now you see there's a shiny spot right there. Yeah, you can see it. Cake will stick right there. We want a nice dull look of the Crisco. And then we're going to take some flour put a little flour in there. Put it all around. Normally I'd do this over the trash can, but I want you to see it. So we just coat every surface. And we make sure when we get done, there's no shiny spot. And there's a shiny spot. So let's bring our Crisco back and just cover that area. Bring our flour back. There, now we have no shiny spots anywhere. Okay, now the butter is melted. The butter and the oil are mixed together, so I'm just going to add that. And then we're going to mix that up. You're not going to hear me for a minute. Okay. I would send you a few degrees if I could, Linda. I certainly would. 97.5 in here right now. And it's cool outside. It's gray and getting toward evening, so it's cooling off a lot. Okay. Now I already prepared my pans using the technique I showed you in that tip. I'm guessing that Jim's timer didn't work, Cheryl. Or his alarm, I should say. All right, let's see how close I guessed on the weight of these two. Tastes like chocolate cake, which is a good thing, but it is a chocolate cake. We need a little space of these pans. Are too wide for the scale. Okay, this one weighs 665 grams, and this one 763. Now it's 735. This one is 689. You want to try to get them as even as you can because they'll cook more evenly if they're the same size or same weight. 711 and 705. I think we're close enough. And I got to look and see what the oven's up to. The oven is at temperature. Okay. Now we're going to set this for Yeah, well, I've got the same deal going with the Tuesday night and Friday night chat that Cheryl is a part of too. And she can tell you if I don't set an alarm, I'm not there. Okay, we've got a timer set. I'm setting it just for 25 minutes. And I do have more than one camera working. I could have shown you a couple of things there. In fact, I'm thinking I got one. Yeah, I do. I got one new one tonight. And then I've got the down one, and then I've got this one. And those I did with the button. I love that thing, but since the computer wigged out on me yesterday, I have to reprogram it entirely again. Let's see. That's nothing up there. What's the temperature up there, Linda? Okay, it's going to be a few seconds before you hear that. So while we're waiting, I'm going to show you my Buy Me a Coffee ad. Are you enjoying the show? If you are, you can be a Gringo backer and support the show by buying me a cup of coffee. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. There we go. Let's see. Like I said, because of the problems that I had the last couple of days, then with this, and the fact that I was traveling and didn't get home till Friday, and then Saturday I didn't feel like doing much of anything. This show's probably pretty thin tonight. 57. Wow. When it's cool here, it's those two numbers reversed. I have to read my menu on the computer, is why I keep looking up. I've got the big monitor on the wall with OBS on that side of it, and it should be on this side, so I'm looking right at it, but I don't want to change it now because I don't want to break something. $71. That's a good temperature. I don't know if you noticed, I've got a little wire hanging off the side of my head tonight. That's one of the two new in-ear audio monitors I have. This one is actually a little box that is inside my apron, and there's a one that looks just like it, but it's a transmitter on the computer. So I have a little earphone in my ear, and now I can tell if we have sound. So there's no real surprises for me with somebody knocking on the door or the window to tell me that my sound is not working. Okay, it's a little early for it, but I'm going to do the 80. Yeah, no, it's not. It's 99.0 in Puerto Rico, Solange, or at least here in the casita. Okay, so I'm going to do the small channel of the week. This is one we've seen before, but it's worth looking at more than once.
So, if banana bread and chocolate chip cookies had a baby, it would be this soft cookie right here. These banana tahini chocolate chip cookies are filled with rich tahini, sweet banana and maple syrup, as well as warm chocolate chips kind of bursting throughout it. It's so good, and they're vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, and absolutely delicious. Hi, I'm Melanie with Inspired Epicurean, and today we are making a delicious soft cookie, banana tahini chocolate chip cookies. If you're new here, we share vegan recipes and sustainability tips for a greener, more vibrant future.
I think I cut the end off of that. That's because I was listening and not really paying attention. It probably is 87 on the other side of that door, but on this side of the door with the oven going, it's over 99. 99.5 now. I think we're headed for 100. And 100's not real pleasant. It's kind of a tad too warm. If I could send you 10 or 15 degrees, I'd be happy to do that. Okay. Let's take a look at this angle again. This is one you don't see very often. I just set that camera up tonight and it hasn't been set up at all for the last, I don't think we've had it at all during a live stream. We use this one. Okay, how much time has passed since we put the cake in the oven? Yeah, only about 5 minutes. I really have been struggling this weekend. At times I was kind of wondering if this show was even going to happen. In a few minutes, yes, I will. I will tell you whose birthday it is in just a few minutes. It might be sooner than I wanted it to be, but we'll see what happens. Oh goodness, I'm really disappointed that the computer did what it did yesterday, and I really have no idea why it did it. Nice smile. Okay. And I'm looking up here to see what else I have not done today. Oh, I know. I haven't shown you the crew that worked so hard to get this all working the last 24 hours. But there they are. Everybody, including the dishwasher, was working this time. And I'm back. I think next week we're going to have another, I don't know how to describe it, but we're going to have another small channel next week. She is working on a video for us. I was hoping it would be done by today, but it wasn't. So she says she will have it done by, I think she said Wednesday. So theoretically, I'll have it ready by Sunday. And every week I keep saying, I'm going to get this show put together by Wednesday. So every week I say that, and every week it gets pretty late. And this week, because of the computer, it really is late. Okay, so theoretically we got 15 more minutes of cake. It's rising nicely. It looks good. Does anybody have any ideas what you would like for me to see, do, or make on this live? Obviously, it can't be something that takes forever to do, but other than that, I'm pretty happy to do anything within reason that I can cook. 99.8. Yeah, I am a wicked procrastinator. This is very true, but it was going to all be put together yesterday, except for the couple of details that couldn't have been done yesterday, but they would have been easy to do today. But as it is, I've been in here all day yesterday and all day today and worked on it. That's okay, Cheryl. And I've been working on it almost constantly that entire time. 99.9, we're going to see 100. Empanadillas. I have never made those, but you know what? Send him down here. Let him come down here and help me make those on live. That would be really fun. It was fun having him on last week. I really, really enjoyed that. I'd love to have him here. Okay, now, just a couple more minutes. Should be a drum roll right now. In a couple more minutes. In a couple more minutes, I'm going to tell you who that cake is for. Wow, you know what? This description that I've got on screen is the first live stream we did because I'm reading here. Due to many technical issues, it started an hour and a half late. I was amazed today that it started on time. But a minute and a half before it went public, I was still putting stuff together. Literally a minute and a half. 100. It's 100 in here. And it's not even hot outside yet. Can't wait to see what the temperature is going to be in here in the summertime. Okay, now. All right, we're getting close enough now. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to decorate that cake today because there's not enough time. It's still in the oven. It's got to cool off. Yeah, it was pretty memorable, Cheryl. Oh, Linda. It was pretty memorable. Yep, the 100. Okay. Okay, I can safely say that cake's not for me because this one that I made earlier today is for me. And I stuck my thumb in it. Now, this one's a real cheat because that's canned frosting. The white is not. The white is just powdered sugar and milk mixed up. Now, I thought I brought a knife over here. I did bring a knife over here, but I don't see what I did with it. I found it. I'm going to have a piece of cake. I kind of suggested to my lovely wife that if she came out here, she could get a piece, but she didn't think that was going to happen. I've got a piece right here that would be something she'd enjoy, and her mother could have one too, because she's with her mother. Thank you, Anissa. All right, now that is the cake. Now you may notice that the writing on this cake is kind of crooked, but as sideways as not really. I really can't deliver it right now, but as sideways as this computer issue took this whole thing this weekend, I'm surprised that writing is legible at all. And I'm gonna have a piece of this cake, or a taste of this cake. Mm-mm-mm. Wow, I could eat that whole thing. That whole thing. But I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, after the live, I will be delivering it. That looks bomb, huh? Well, if he were here, he could tell me if it is or not. This cake is different than that cake in that this one, by the way, I videoed this making this one. However, when I went to bring it up to edit it, because it was going to be some of it was going to be pre-recorded for tonight, it's not there on the disc. I don't know where it went. Said it copied it. It's not there. Well, yeah, but maybe I do, but at least I got the paper plate, right? Usually I would forget everything. In fact, I had to go over, it was about 6:10 when I went across the street to get the eggs that I forgot up till that point. Okay, I'm gonna have another bite. Anyway, I started to tell you, this one is not the same as that one, in that this has the 3 eggs the box calls for, but it also has a box of instant pudding in it. And it was pretty funny when I was mixing this because that instant pudding became pudding. And it made this thing so thick that I had to actually spread it with the spatula in the pan because it was too thick to flow. But it is good. You're missing out, Solange. A quiz? I could add, at any time, I could add a quiz. I got a quiz. No, never mind. Too many people know the answer to this one. Oh, you know what I did forget? Well, I don't know what I did with them. Oh, yep. Now I do. Imagine these on the cake. All right. I think I said this early in the live. Here's a quiz question for you. What does butter do in a cake? You got about 20 seconds before I get the answer, or before you even get the question. And then after you answer that, tell me what oil does in a cake. Yeah, I've had some fine homemade wine that was not anywhere near my age, and it was vinegar. So take that as you will. I see the heart, Solange. Okay, I'm going to answer the question. Butter adds flavor. Oil adds moisture, which is why tonight I used half butter, quarter cup of butter, and a quarter. We're going to let that ring for a second because I got no way to not answer it, or I got no way to shut it off. Yeah, oil adds moisture, butter adds flavor. So this cake calls for a half a cup of oil, but I added a quarter cup of butter, melted butter, and a quarter cup of vegetable oil. This is why I should put my phone on airplane mode before I start the show. So you guys can hear what my phone ring sounds like. Okay, I could smell that cake. I'm going to take a look and see what it's up to. Bear with me for a second. I think it's done. Okay, so I gotta move stuff around here. When you take this cake out of the oven, you want to leave it in the pan for a few minutes, 5 or so, and then you want to flip it upside down, get it out of the pan, and put it. Well, buy me a coffee could theoretically buy me an air conditioner, because the purpose of that is to buy me some kind of equipment that whatever I need, like this little control panel that I just bought while I was in Florida. All right, so let's get these things out of the oven. Didn't I just have 2 of these? Under the scale. Okay. Yeah, the buy me a coffee thing doesn't work very well. I think I'll keep doing it, but you know, with the audience that we have, everybody knows I don't drink coffee. Okay. Yeah. Anissa, you could rally your grandmother. Okay, let me show you these cakes. You can see that they do rise up a bit. They kind of do this too, and I don't know if that's why where they are in the oven or just the oven or just the cake. I suppose I could do that, but my PayPal is my regular email address, and I would want to change that first. Ooh, it's hot in here. Oh, it cooled off. It's 99.8. I thought it was getting comfortable. So these two cakes will probably they might not even get frosted. These are for they're not for me. They're for everybody. I didn't lie. I kind of do have one. The El Gringo Baker at gmail.com is the other one I have. I will redo that buy me a coffee thing and probably change it a bit so that it doesn't just sound like I'm trying to get you to buy me a cup of coffee. And I'll put PayPal link on there. It maybe even a way that you can. Yeah, but he's having fun, and he's having a whole lot of fun. Um, but you know, from me being at your house for a week, I do put a little time in on this. Um, and I'm like I said, I'm really surprised and disappointed in this one because I spent a lot of the time I was there the last half of the week or so setting this little control panel up, control board. And if it had not happened that the computer wigged out yesterday, this would have been just absolutely flawless and all the way through. Now we're still looking down, aren't we? And it would have just, you know, all the way through the show, and the show would have been nice and smooth, and everything would have been really neat transitions from one scene to another, and so on. But that didn't happen, and it's still a live show, and it's still fun for me, and I hope it's fun for you guys. But so really, it kind of sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I'm just a little bit tired from working for 2 days trying to get this to work. But it works, and that's what counts. Next week, it will be working completely because I will have this board fully populated with working buttons again, and I will have a new small channel, and I'll have a couple of tips. I'll have a myth versus fact, myth or fact, I guess I called it, feature. And in other words, we're going to have a full show next week. But this show, I think we're going to call a halt to because now I'm just rambling. And we're going to start seeing those little hearts that my wife likes to send to tell me that I'm rambling pretty soon here. And I think she wants me to quit, so I'll bring her some cake. I'm not sure. So thank you all for coming in tonight. And thank you all for the birthday wishes. And next week, I'll be back again. So I'm going to hit the good night button. which I got to do with the mouse because it didn't program yet. Oh, so I got to see which one it is. I think it's this one. So we'll see you all next week. Thank you, Cheryl.
On the snowy hills where the pine trees stand tall, to a busy town where the Cokies call. He left his...
Good night, everybody.